Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the lands of Siam. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Mountain Blade Warband, Suvarnabhumi Mahayuth. And a lot of time has passed since the last episode. I think the last episode was, in November? Well, now it's July 6th, 1544, and a lot has changed in the world. Frigoberto just helped recapture Pitsanulok from the forces of the Lei, who have grown ever strong. They have both Vientiane and Luang Prabang, which is problematic because most fortifications, including cities, including Pitsanulok and Korat, which are both owned by us, Ayutthaya, take only 4 hours to prepare for an assault. However, Vientiane and Luang Prabang both take 48 hours, which means that if Frigoberto sieges them, even if he can easily take them, which he can, 48 hours is a long time, and it allows the Lei Doom stack of over 2,000 warriors to get there in time to save the city from falling. And so far, Frigoberto has found no solution for this. But the strategic picture has changed quite a bit. For a while, we thought that the Shan were just going to run away with it, but Tongu has managed to keep them in check, as has Lei, as has Frigoberto. Although as soon as Frigoberto's gone, Ayutthaya is going to have some bad times. The Lana are all but extinguished. Maraku is gone. Manipur is gone. Longvek is down to one castle, and even the Mac are doing better than them. The Johor are done. I think they might still exist in the world, but they don't have any cities. So what Frigoberto has been trying to do is basically keep Ayutthaya alive, and it is harder than it looks. But I've learned 3 things that have made the job substantially easier. 1, I was given advice in the comments, and I don't know why I never thought of this before, but when sieging castles now, I put my archers outside the wall, and I only have my infantry storm. Now, at first I thought that was a bad idea because my infantry is a small amount of men, so they're always grossly outnumbered. However, they just tear through the enemy like a warm knife through butter. And in many cases, I can take whole castles guarded by 100 to 200 people and only lose maybe 15, of which maybe 2 or 3 are Jatulankavarts. So that's good odds. The second thing I learned was that I can ask other lords to come with me. Now, I know I could do that. I knew that was an option, but I never thought it was a very good one. I thought it's better just to go off on your own and do your own thing. But here's the secret. If you capture a place that has a lot of prisoners, far more than you would be able to carry, they disappear. If you take a couple that you can take, and they disappear. However, if you bring a lord with you, like I'll just bring some random guy who has 50 guys, he can take all of the prisoners. So I had one guy with me who I started off with 50 guys, and after taking a couple castles, he was up to 800. Apparently there is no limit to how many soldiers the AI can have in their warbands. It's not the same as the player, who has a limit based on their renown and leadership. The AI guys could just have as many as they want. So that guy was a beast, and so he could then run around doing his own thing in the lands of Ayutthaya, and no one would dare get in his way. So I helped bolster some of the lords that way. However, in the siege of Vientiane, where I had about 10 lords with me, so we totaled like 4,000 guys. I mean, there's no way that Lei could have taken us. After about 24 hours, they all took off. And then Lei came about 12 hours later, and I had to break off the siege. So that was pretty sad. I wish I could get the lords to actually be loyal to me. That would be lovely. The next thing I learned that's quite fun is the art of terrorizing the enemies from behind. So Frigoberto took off by himself against the Portuguese, Malacca. And he took Maik, Tenasserim, went around, took Ligor, took Krabi, took Kota Kuala Kedah, took Perak, took Kota Lama Kanan, and took Patani. Okay? So not only did he get tons of booty, and every man he lost he was able to replace by prisoners, because these places had never really been sieged in a long time. But Portugal was so overmatched trying to take everything back that they got Ligor back right away. And then they got, it looks like, Krabi and these castles, but they still... Ayutthaya still owns Patani, still owns Tenasserim, and still owns Maik, even though the garrisons in these places are probably next to nothing. Portugal can only take them one at a time. And they're a lot slower and less organized than Frigoberto. Oh, there's a village of Johor, but I thought you couldn't have a village unless you have a city or a town. So I'm confused. Or is that Leh? No, it's Johor. I wonder where their land is that's giving them that. I don't know. Nothing on the islands, right? Anyway, so we also did this against the Leh. Now, the Leh were much better organized than the Portuguese, and so we took Sonla, we took Zamnua, and we took Ninh Binh, which, by the way, is a death trap. A death trap. Frigoberto could take a castle with 300 defenders and lose maybe 20 guys. Ninh Binh, the gate was wide open, so we're like, hey, look at that, the gate's wide open. We all run in. I even get smart and put my archers in there first in the courtyard so they could fire up at the archers along the walls. Didn't do any good. We got massacred. We took the place, but it ended up killing 50 of my men and putting another 125 in the injured list. So at that point, we had to get out. And we were able to refill because it hadn't been taken in so long. It had a ton of prisoners, but now it doesn't. Now it has no prisoners. So what I wanted to do for this episode was I wanted to do another terrorization run in the lands of the Leh, just to kind of piss them off. I'm hoping that because we just took Pitsanulok that they're going to try to come back and take it. Now, Frigoberto does not have the best army ever at this point, but they're pretty good. And there's 4 more Jatilankabarts. How many do we have total of those guys? Where are they? Where are my Jatilankabarts? There they are. 6. Okay, so we are not top class right now, so we're probably not going to do as good as the last time. But if we sack the right cities first, we could take prisoners, fill up, and then go back to the ones we already took, which should have small garrisons, since they haven't been able to be filled up yet. And we should be good to go. So let's put the heavy infantry in the front here. Ming would do a good job. As you'll notice, there's a lot of cavalry here. I put all my infantry from that last terrorization run into my secret base, which, by the way, has over 300 Jatilankabarts right now, so that's pretty good. But you'll notice that as we then came back, we started loading up with regular guys. I guess we can move the vanguard up. There are 74 of them. They're not quite Jatulankabart quality, but they'll do, I suppose. Alright, so here we go. We're just going to go on our own. We're not going to take any lords with us. Oh, we might want to tell these guys to stop following us. If I had a... actually... Well, I'm not the marshal. I know if you're the marshal, you can tell one of your people... No. So, we can't... We have to individually go to them and tell them to stop following us. I wish I had enough authority to tell these guys. I wish there was an option where you're like, okay, we just took Pitsanulok. Why don't you hang out there for about a month just to make sure that it's garrisoned instead of just leaving it? That would be an awesome new tool to add to Bannerlord, where you could tell people to do that, especially if you're the marshal, which I'm not. I've turned it down like 4 times. Okay, we are on our own now. Oh, but we do have 51 prisoners. So before we do anything rash, let's go to the salt mine. And let's unload those guys. Whoa, who is that? Queen Hijau? That is nuts. That is nuts, although mostly farmers. Farmers, peasant women. Are you, like, evil? What are you? No, you're just a random person. You don't want to fight me? Okay, it's cool. I don't want to fight you either. So let's talk a little bit about Frigoberto's romances, because... here we go. Just as I mention it, it comes up. So I've decided that rather than try to get a woman who's crazy about me rather than try to get her father or brother to like me, when normally they're crappy people anyways and have quarrelsome or bad personalities, I looked to see if any of the lords that just adored Frigoberto had any unmarried daughters or sisters. So I basically went to the screen that tells you all the lords that know you, and there's about 20 of them that have 100% liking of Frigoberto. They're the honorable, good-natured lords, the ones I'm going to eventually want in my kingdom. And I looked at all of their daughters, and I finally settled on Lady Nauaporn, who is, and I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. I know what you're thinking, and stop. But she seemed pretty good for what I'm looking for, because she seems kind of no-nonsense, and she doesn't buy into that romantic crap. She's just very serious, and so the father was like, oh yeah, why not? Go after her. And but she was tough. Like, she was like, Frigoberto, whatever. And I had to fight off a suitor. It was very interesting. But she hated him, so I was doing her a favor. But we still have to get her to like me a little bit more. So we're actually going to take a pit stop, go to Ayutthaya, and say hello to her. But the good news is then I might be able to get her father to come over, and I think he's Okia Pichai, and get him to come and fight for my nascent kingdom when I start it. So that's going to be good. And I have Trin Can, or Tin Can, as a prisoner. So actually we're going to take him. I don't want him with me. No point bringing him to the lands of the Lay. So let's go back to Sisyphon. I lost the village of Pimai because Karat was lost for like 5 seconds until I took it back. So now all I have is Sisyphon. Not even sure if I had it in the last episode. I'm going to give them to you, and I'm going to take whatever they have here. And I love having a castle in this mod, because you just accumulate huge amounts of prisoners, and then you can take them to the salt mines. And I don't know if you noticed just a few seconds ago, but the salt mines are loaded. I have like over 3,000 people in there. What do I have in here? Sharpshooters. Do I have any Jetulankabards, or did I take them all out to put them in the hideout? Yeah. So we have a lot of just kind of randos here. It happens. So we're actually, before we get started, we're going to go back. Let's pit stop at cabin. Get some volunteers. Build up a new crew. The one thing bad about my strategy, though, is that the archers live forever, but the infantry tend to die. Slowly, but still. And so you have to always remember to refill your infantry, otherwise you're going to end up with a warband that consists entirely of archers. But I'm hopefully, let's see, we have 11 minutes left, roughly. Let's try to get a battle in. Let's get things going. I know matters of the heart are important. But yeah, 3,470 prisoners. I'm going to probably have 40 by the time I start my own kingdom. Alright, 352. I think I am full. And I am. So let's head for Ayutthaya. And 34,700 gold. Thank you very much. I don't know where that queen went, but it's not like Perisno, where everyone running around is hostile to you. And let's see Lady Nauaporn. I like her outfit, too. It's very professional, you know? Lady Srita was attractive, but she had that kind of low-cut thing. Whereas Lady Nauaporn, she just seems no nonsense. She seems like she's up to running Frigoberto's empire while he's gallivanting around the countryside with Tipsuta. Alright, she likes me 14. All out of poems. She still needs some more time. Alright, I don't know how high I have to get, but every week she sends me a letter, and every week it goes up by 1. I think certain women are different, because I think Lady Srita, it went up by like 3 or 4 every time I met with her. So all the more reason why Nauaporn is a good choice because she's very serious and no nonsense. Been thinking of buying a hand cannon, but they are just really, really expensive. I guess I can get a crappy one, but what would be the point of that? And the balls are expensive too. Well, these are actually pretty cheap. The ones I saw were like 17,000. I wonder what the difference is. I guess I could afford the bent elephant back one. That's 81 damage. And it has better accuracy, actually. So less damage, but better accuracy than the regular one. And it can theoretically be used on horseback, though I wouldn't use it for such. 80 damage, 70 accuracy. Oh, you may have noticed also that I've completely changed my armament, which you will see when we're in battle. I got rid of the ranged, and I added a masterwork great long axe, although I'm going to get rid of that, because I got it because I thought it was longer. Well, it is longer, much longer than the mace, but the mace does so much better in combat. The mace breaks through shields. This has a bonus against shields, but this has a can crush through blocks. So every hit with this generally hurts somebody, whereas this gets blocked quite a bit despite the length. But this might surprise you. Frigoberto is now using polearms, and he is damn good at it. Frigoberto's new nickname on the battlefield is the Elephant Slayer, because with this thing, he can take out charging elephants that it takes everyone else in my party hours to knock down. So we're actually going to replace this with the 8 barrels matchlock. Why? Because for sieges, this is a better choice than the tuned flintlock pistol. It's less accurate, obviously, but it fires like crazy, so you don't have to wait for it to reload every 5 seconds. And I just got rid of the pretense of even having the shield, because I never used it. Alright. Alright, we're ready for a little bit of action. So, we are right now full of troops, so I think the smart move would be to go back to the places I've already conquered, because they're probably low garrison. And so I can conquer them quickly, and then once I've lost a few men... So Pitsanalok is no longer under siege, so we should take a look at that. We might have already lost it while we were just running around. The AI is just terrible at garrisoning the things that you've conquered for them. But that's okay. Like I said, Pitsanalok, unfortunately for Ayutthaya, like all their other cities, can be sieged relatively quickly. Whereas apparently the lay cities take some time. Now, we're going to have to check that out. I'm going to go to the city I'm eventually going to claim for my kingdom, and I'm going to take a quick look to see if it's one of those cities that takes a long time to... No, we're cool. So if it takes a long time to conquer, or only a short time. So let's... First off, let's run past Vientiane. What's this? Oh, Kipichai versus farmers. I'm not going to fight farmers. And let's head over to Zamnua first. And it shouldn't have very much garrison because we had just taken it not recently. Maybe if I get enough, maybe if I take like 6 of them out, Ayutthaya will be able to keep some of them. And we're up to 32 Jatulenka Barts. We train amazingly well now. However, raising up basically peasants to the highest level of Ayutthayan elite military costs a lot of money. And as you can see, I have a lot of money, but it disappears quickly. It disappears incredibly quickly. Alright, we're good. And like I said, 71 guys. No problem. Oh, son of a... Really? I pushed the wrong button here. Well, I'm better at polearms. Alright, first thing I need to do is find some place... Oh, crap. A polearm can't block an arrow. Come on. Come on, Frigoberto. This is tense. Sorry if I'm not talking as much, guys, but... I don't want to lose everything that I've fought for. Where's it coming from? Okay, I see you. I see you. Bring it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, shoot. Frigoberto's gonna lose everything. All because I pushed a button. Damn it! Get out of there, Frigoberto. This is no good. There's no escape from this. Damn it. Longvec and Ithai are peaceful. Alright, I'm out. Or I thought I was out. I guess I'm not out. Some soldiers are ready to upgrade. What soldiers would those be? They're leaving me my soldiers? That was just miserable. Come on. I mean, that was just stupid. I pushed the wrong button. Okay. I still have my full army? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You just let all 352 of us go? I mean, I'm not complaining. It's fantastic. But, really? Did I suffer at the hands of these people? Doesn't look like it. Looks like I'm okay. I even have a whole bunch of weapon proficiency points. Where the hell did those come from? Polearms. Substantially better, however, at polearms than I used to be, but still, I don't understand this. If you're trying to sneak into a castle, fine, you know, wear a robe or whatever the hell he's wearing, but wear some armor underneath it, right? I mean, doesn't that make sense? I mean, who would stupidly just walk in wearing a robe? You could easily hide armor under a robe with a hood. Easy. It wouldn't even take thought, but whatever. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time, so I apologize. 2 episodes without any action, except for Frigoberto getting his ass locked in jail. But next episode, we're going to terrorize the lay, and we're going to make them regret ever laying hands upon Frigoberto de Valencia. I am Marcus Aurelius. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.